90 days. Just think about that for a second. What if, exactly 90 days ago, you actually decided to pull the trigger and test out one of the most hyped-up business models on the internet right now? I'm talking about YouTube automation. The pitch sounds incredibly simple, right? You build a faceless channel, outsource all the heavy lifting to AI, and just sit back while the passive income rolls in. But, well, here's what those lightning-fast online masterclasses usually leave out. They don't show you the zero-view weeks. They totally gloss over the software costs. And they definitely do not show you the exact, precise moments a channel actually shifts from being dead silent to highly profitable. So today, we are going to expose the reality behind all that hype and give you the actual 90-day truth to building a sustainable, automated asset. Let's dive in.
Okay, before we even touch on making content, take a look at this massive 10x multiplier. Our source material makes a really fascinating point about geography and purchasing power. If you're a beginner building a channel from outside the US, let's say in Pakistan or India, and you're targeting a local audience, you might literally make a fraction of a cent per view. But if you design your explainer specifically to target audiences in the USA, the UK, or Canada, your earnings can absolutely 10x. Why is that? It's simple, really. The purchasing power in those countries is higher, which means advertisers are willing to pay a massive premium to get their ads in front of those specific viewers. You get 10 times the revenue for the exact same amount of work. That is the true power of automation leverage.
All right, so here is our roadmap for today. 1. The automation opportunity. 2. Evergreen profitable niches. 3. Mastering core metrics. 4. The AI production workflow. 5. Maximizing channel earnings. And finally, 6. The 6-month reality check.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the automation opportunity, shifting the mindset. You know, the old YouTube, circa 2019 or so, was completely dominated by frivolous entertainment, daily vlogs, and just fleeting trends. But we have entered a totally new era now. The platform has massively shifted toward education and authority. I mean, people are literally clearing their professional exams and learning entirely new careers just through these explainers. If you genuinely want to build a long-lasting automation channel, you cannot just chase random entertainment trends anymore. You really have to build an educational authority channel. By providing real, structured value, you build long-term audience trust. And trust is the ultimate currency in this new era.
Moving right along to Section 2, Evergreen Profitable Niches, Finding High RPM Topics. Look at the sheer disparity in what different topics actually pay. This is your RPM, or revenue per mil, which is just a fancy way of saying how much you get paid per 1,000 views. Look at entertainment way down there. Sure, pranks, memes, and gaming might get millions of views, but they pay an abysmal $1 to $3 per 1,000 views. Now look at the top. The faceless finance or luxury niches can command up to $20 per 1,000 views. AI and tech explainer channels, they easily pull in $10 to $15. As a creator, choosing a high RPM niche like finance or AI means you can make significantly more money with drastically fewer views. It's all about working smarter, not harder. But hey, a high RPM isn't the whole shebang. The topic absolutely must be evergreen. You need a subject that will still be in demand 5 years from today. And the easiest way to validate this? Good old Google Trends. But don't just look at the last week. You gotta zoom out to the 5-year historical demand. Is the graph steady? Is it growing? A topic like how to make money online was popular 5 years ago, it's peaking today, and you know for sure it's still gonna be searched 5 years from now. That right there is an evergreen goldmine. Stay away from temporary spike-driven news events. Once you see a steady 5-year trend, just plug that topic into a tool like vidIQ to validate that there's sufficient search volume with low to medium competition. Which brings us to Section 3, Mastering Core Metrics, the language of YouTube growth. Okay, so your first massive hurdle is CTR, or click-through rate. Simply put, if 1,000 people see your explainer's title and thumbnail pop up on their screen, how many are actually going to click it? According to the source data, hitting a solid 4% to 8% target is your baseline for growth. Anything higher than that is phenomenal. To hit this, your titles need to provoke serious curiosity, and your thumbnails must be incredibly clean, uncluttered, and visually striking. Here's a super simple tip for growth. Use no more than 3 words on your thumbnail. It maximizes readability on mobile phones. If your CTR is low, the platform simply stops showing your content to new people, period. But getting the click is really only half the battle. Next up is average view duration, or AVD. Once they click, how long do they actually stay? The ultimate signal of quality to the algorithm is hitting a 50% completion rate. So if your explainer is 10 minutes long, your goal is to keep the average viewer glued to the screen for at least 5 minutes. If your audience is dropping off in the first 30 seconds, your hook is weak and your channel is going to stagnate.
Think of it like this. A high CTR gets them in the door, but a high AVD keeps them in the house.
All right, let's get into the fun stuff. Section 4, the AI production workflow, speed meets quality. Here is the 4-step engine that powers your entire operation. Step 1, you use vidIQ and Google Trends to find data-backed ideas that people actually want to see. Step 2, you take those ideas straight to Claude or ChatGPT to generate your script. Step 3, you feed that script into an AI voice tool like ElevenLabs. Our source notes that ElevenLabs is incredibly reliable for monetization, and it generates a super professional, high-quality voiceover. Finally, step 4, you use Canva to build your clean, authority-driven branding, your thumbnails, and your visuals. It's a highly streamlined system that literally allows a complete beginner to produce top-tier explainers without ever once stepping in front of a camera. Now listen closely to this next point because it's absolutely crucial. If you just open ChatGPT and type, "Write me a script about finance," you are going to get absolute generic garbage. The source emphasizes a critical warning here. AI is only as good as the prompt you feed it. You must engineer your prompts. Feed the AI 10 to 15 highly successful competitor titles. Tell it exactly who the target audience is, and demand a deeply structured 4,000-word script. Ask it to include curiosity gaps, authority triggers, and specific segment breakdowns. It's simple. If you master the prompt, you master the content.
Up next, Section 5, maximizing channel earnings, building diverse income streams.
Notice the massive difference in requirements on this table. Standard AdSense requires huge volume, and you have to get accepted into the partner program. High-ticket affiliates, however, allow you to bypass that entirely. By placing strategic links in your description, say for a high-end software tool or an investment platform, you can earn massive commissions on a single sale, even with a tiny audience. That makes it incredibly lucrative for beginners. Plus, you can offer professional services. The source mentions creators charging $500 to $2,000 per client just by offering consulting or management services directly related to their explainer's niche. This right here is how you build actual wealth, diversifying your income streams far, far beyond simple ad clicks. Finally, Section 6, the 6-month reality check, the price of authority.
I love this quote. It comes directly from the source material, specifically from a warning given to paid students who are learning this exact system. If you think you'll only do this for 1 to 3 months, shut this explainer off right now. Building a fully automated, high-earning digital asset is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It requires absolute, unwavering consistency. You have to commit to pushing through those zero-view weeks. The benchmark is a minimum of 6 to 7 months of consistent, high-quality uploads before you can truly judge your success.
So the crucial question we end on today is this. Anyone can be excited on day 1. Anyone can generate a cool AI script on day 2. But when that initial motivation fades and the algorithm is still testing your content, will you still be posting consistently in month 6? Because the ones who are, they are the ones who ultimately claim that educational authority, build those passive income streams, and win the automation game. Think about it. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.